Welcome to the Hotel Galvez and Spa. My name is Melissa, and I'm the concierge here at this beautiful, historical, and some say haunted hotel. I've actually been with the properties for going on 8 years. I've been over at the Hotel Galvez for the last 5 as concierge. I'm currently the guest service agent at the front desk, but I would love for you to sit back and let me tell you a little history of, like I said, the beautiful, historical Hotel Galvez. The Hotel Galvez and Spa actually opened its doors June 10th at 6 p.m. in 1911. It was actually built as a symbol of recovery following the devastating 1900 storm. That storm still to this day remains the deadliest natural disaster in United States history. On paper, the number of lives lost is between 6,000 and 8,000, but that is actually just a guesstimate. Next to Ellis Island, we were one of the largest immigration ports in the United States. We had so many immigrants that came through that did not register, and also so many that were just passing through. We've actually seen those numbers as high as between 10 and 12,000. So unfortunately, we'll never understand the total number of lives lost during that dreadful storm, but that storm is actually what shaped Galveston to what it is today. That's what prompted the building of the seawall. The Hotel Galvez and Spa actually got its name from Bernardo de Galvez. Bernardo de Galvez fought in the American Revolutionary War. He actually won every battle that him and his Spanish forces fought up and down the Great Mississippi. He was promoted to colonel at the young age of 30 and actually succeeded his father as Viceroy to Spain. Ironically, Bernardo never visited Galveston. He did, however, send the mapmaker Jose de Evia in 1785 to map out the Texas Gulf Coast. It was actually de Evia who stumbled across Galveston Bay and promptly named it Bají de Galveston. So that is where we get the beautiful name of our hotel, our lovely little island, as well as what we now know to be the largest bay in Texas. From the moment that the doors opened here at the Hotel Galvez, she was promptly called the Queen of the Gulf. I feel like she has held that reign proudly and just stood grandly for all these years as just a symbol of hope and resilience to anybody that doesn't know anything about Galveston. When we originally opened the doors to the Hotel Galvez, we had a total of 275 rooms. Not all those rooms had restrooms. In fact, the entire 6th floor had 1 restroom to the entire floor. Once we remodeled, added restrooms, which I believe is a necessity in today's time and age, it did take us down to 224 rooms. Now our rooms are a tad on the smaller side, but we are historical. And that's one of the beautiful aspects of the Hotel Galvez. We don't want you spending your time in the room. Even back when we were opened in 1911, we were known as a social hotel. We wanted you out of the room, here in the lobby, in our parlors, in the reading parlors, the writing parlors, the gaming parlors, in our sun decks. You know, we wanted you out enjoying the ambiance of the hotel with all the other guests. Some of the original features that you see here at the Hotel Galvez are going to be the crests that you see. There's actually a total of 17 of these beautiful crests throughout the entire lobby. They're actually all relatives of Bernardo de Galvez. Now Bernardo de Galvez, his 2 crests actually sit on either side of the front door. Throughout the hotel, some of the original features that you see in the lobby area, you'll see all the mahogany beams, all the capitals that you see around the pillars. Those are all original as well. In fact, it was an Italian architect who actually did all the crests that you see, the capitals around every pillar, the door crowns that you see in the beautiful music hall. My favorite pillars that he did are actually in the restaurant. It is rumored that he only used 3 different female faces in all of his work that he did. You notice that on the crest there's a little cherub on the right-hand side that is said that is supposed to resemble his mother. Often makes me wonder if the little devil on the left-hand side is supposed to resemble his father. But like I said, my favorite capitals that he did are actually in the restaurant, the Galvez Bar and Grill. They're white and they have a beautiful cherub's face on them. We do still have some of the original window features down Peacock Alley. In fact, Sheridan Lorenz, who when she did the remodel of the Hotel Galvez in 1993, she actually won an award for keeping all the original aspects of the hotel. So, and one of those was with the window project that she did. We still have some of the original windows from 1911. All the white marble that you see in the hotel is all Carrara marble. We have it leading up to the 2nd floor, leading down to the Hall of History. That is original. We also have an original banister that leads up to the 2nd floor. It's a wrought iron banister. It is a beautiful, beautiful piece. You could definitely tell the hard work that was put into the Hotel Galvez. After the devastation of the 1900 storm, the Army Corps of Engineers decided that they were going to build the seawall to protect Galveston from further storms. The next storm that hit the island was a 1915 hurricane. We actually threw a huge party here at the Hotel Galvez in our music hall. Our guests danced the night away. They tipped their noses up to the Gulf. They sipped on their champagne because they knew that that seawall was going to do what it was built to do. And it did. It protected them. In fact, there was hardly any damage reported here at the Hotel Galvez, but we did have one lady that gave birth to a little boy in room 231. We actually have a congratulatory letter from the manager of the hotel at the time, congratulating her on the birth of her son. Here at the Hotel Galvez, we've actually had a total of 6 hurricanes which have actually struck the hotel. One of the most notable ones was during 1961. It was actually Hurricane Carla. We had many islanders who took refuge here at the hotel. We had a local Houstonian who actually stayed at the hotel as well. You might know him. His name is Dan Rather. That was actually the first live broadcast of radar was during Hurricane Carla. The hotel actually didn't suffer a lot of damage from Hurricane Carla. We did have some roof tiles that were damaged, as well as a few windows that were blown out. And of course, the lower level of the hotel did flood. That is something that happens almost every time that we do have a hurricane. That is something that we are prepared for throughout the years. It has happened quite a few times. I think the next hurricane was actually Hurricane Alicia that did a little bit of damage to the hotel. That was actually in 1983. Again, we had many islanders who took refuge here at the hotel. Now, Hurricane Alicia, that spawned so many water spouts, so many tornadoes. They actually think that the music hall, we actually had some damage to the music hall, and they are not sure if it was a tornado or a water spout that actually hit the hotel. During Hurricane Alicia, we had almost all of the Gulf-facing rooms, the windows were actually blown out. On the 4th floor, we had one wall that was actually just inundated with water that had actually collapsed. So that is actually, I think throughout the years, that's the most damage that has actually been done to the hotel with any of the hurricanes that have actually hit the hotel. Throughout the years, we've had many movie stars stay with us here at the Hotel Galvez. We've had Frank Sinatra, Jerry Lewis, Dean Martin, many members of the Rat Pack. A lot of these movie stars were actually brought down to the Hotel Galvez by Sam Maceo. Sam Maceo was actually an Italian immigrant that came through Louisiana, ended up here in Galveston. He and his brother Papa Rosario actually owned the Balinese Room, which was right across the street from the Hotel Galvez back in its heyday. Sam Maceo actually lived on the 7th floor of the Hotel Galvez. He was the one with the charm, the charisma. He was the one that had all the connections. He brought all the Hollywood elite down to Galveston. Papa Rose, he was more of the muscle man. He took care of business, if you know what I mean. But Phil Harris and Alice Faye were actually married in Sam Maceo's suite here at the Hotel Galvez. I think that is one of the coolest stories that we have had here in the 109 years that we've been open. The city of Galveston, according to USA Today, is actually the 3rd most haunted city in the United States. That is due to the 1900 storm. The Hotel Galvez actually has been voted the #1 haunted hotel in the state of Texas. And again, we feel like that is, directly related to the 1900 storm. Most of the spirits that we have here at the hotel, as well as Galveston Island, do come from the 1900 storm. Again, that storm still to this day remains the deadliest natural disaster in United States history. Here at the Hotel Galvez, we are known for a few of our spirits. We do have, I think, a little more than our fair share here at the Hotel Galvez. We have one very famous one. Her name is Audra. She actually stayed with us back in the 50s here at the Hotel Galvez. Like I said, she is our most well-known spirit, but we have so many here, as do so many other structures here in Galveston. The 1900 storm is where we think that most of our spirits come from. Most of the spirits that we have here at the Hotel Galvez are children. But like I said, the most well-known one that we have is Audra, or Lovelorn Bride. But there are just so many children that run these halls. They're not boohooing, they're not crying, they're not sad, they're happy. I've always said that it's in the land. We were actually built as a symbol of recovery following that devastating storm. Like I said, it's in the land. They chose us. They choose to be here. And I think that's why they are so happy. That's why we hear them laughing and giggling and running and playing. We don't have anything three-headed. We don't have anything malevolent in any way, form, or fashion here at the Hotel Galvez. One of our most famous spirits here at the Hotel Galvez is a lady named Audra. She was in her mid-20s, and this was actually back in the 50s. She was engaged to a mariner who would sail in and out of the port of Galveston. The Hotel Galvez is where she would stay while her fiancé was at sea. She would actually stay in room 501. When it was time for her fiancé's ship to come back from sea, she would take the elevator up to the 7th floor, then climb the narrow steps to the west turret. There, sheltered from the wind, the rain, and the weather, she would keep an eye out for her fiancé's ship. Well, word got back to her that there was a mighty storm at sea, that the ship went down, and all hands on deck were lost. So in her despair, she took that elevator up that one last time. This time, as she climbed the narrow steps, she carried a rope with her, and she ended up hanging herself. The saddest part of the story is, however, her fiancé, very much alive, showed back up to the Hotel Galvez just a few short days later, looking for his bride-to-be, who unfortunately is no longer in the land of the living, but now one of our long-term non-paying guests. We have many. We're standing at the west end of the hotel, down by the spa, the restrooms, and the music hall. This seems to be a hot spot for some of the paranormal activity experienced here in the Hotel Galvez. I do have a photo of a spirit, the same spirit, mind you, ranging from 2009 to 2019. I actually have 3 photos of the same spirit, which is almost unheard of in the paranormal world. Also in this corner and in the area around by the music hall, we hear lots of children giggling, again, running and laughing and playing. This is actually right below us in the lower level of the hotel is where the candy store, the soda fountain, and all that was. So perhaps the children, they still see through those layers of time. Who's to say that they don't still see that candy store, that soda fountain? But like I said, you hear them laughing and giggling. Another fun thing about the children here, they're fascinated by our modern day plumbing. You can hear the toilets flush, and it's immediately followed by children giggling. So you never know what you're going to run into here at the Hotel Galvez. I think it's part of the charm. Like I said, we don't have anything malevolent. We just have friendly little Caspers, friendly ghosts.
I'm Jack Cagle, and I have the privilege of serving you as the Commissioner of Harris County Precinct 4. And today I want to thank you for joining us on our Encore Excursions. This is our way of getting you, our friends, our folks that we seek to serve out and to be able to see the things that we used to be able to see together, but now safely and virtually. In the meantime, we hope to continue to bring other events and other excitement to you. Stay safe, stay well, and we hope to see you soon in person.